Hello world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to codingscientist.com. We are learning about tiny machine learning and IoT using Edge Impulse on Jetson Nano. As I told you guys, I am also learning along with you and I'm trying to, figure out how this Edge Impulse platform works. So I thought, while learning myself, let me start making the videos so that you guys can see how I'm navigating, trying to navigate, trying to click different things and make things work any which ways. So in this lesson, sorry, in the previous lesson and before, we collected the data. We show through the USB camera, we collected images of the joystick which I showed you, collected about 30 images. And the next video what we did was we tried to split those data between training set and the test set, right? So ideally there should be not more than 10 to 15, probably 20% of the data should be test set, and rest 18% of the data should go through the training set. So that's how the mechanism works, right? So let's take a look now. What we need to do, we need to look at how we are going to train this particular data. And that is that once it is trained, that's where your transfer learning happens. So let's look at the mechanism what they said in our Edge Impulse platform. So let me just quickly move over. So here I am. All right, so what we will do is, uh, this is our data, this is our test data and the training data. We already collected the training data. We have what about 18 items, and we have the test data here. Okay, that is about 12 items, right? So now what we need to do, we need to go to impulse design, that is create impulse. Can you see in the left side? Click on that green button, create impulse, and this will take you to this page. So here you can see the images are already kind of, it has taken up the default width and the height 96 and 96 fit short. And what it is written for: optimal accuracy with transfer learning blocks, use 96 into 96 or 160 into 160. So you can actually change it to 160 as well, but I'll just leave it as a default 96 to 96. So I think let's give a try, how it works. And then transfer learning block. Okay, add the processing block, add a processing block here and add a learning block here. So and the transfer learning, the way it has been classified here, it's already picked up all the images which is classified as joystick. So I did only one classification, which is joystick. In your case guys, you might want to try out with two different classification or three different classification. I tried just once, just to just to try it out. All right, now let's say add processing block and see what happens. Pre-process and normalize image data and optionally reduce the color depth. Okay, and then flatten. Then if you want to add the audio to that particular image, I don't think we need spectrogram audio raw data. I think we will skip this. Add a processing block, not required. Add a learning block. What is it? Transfer learning image. Fine tune a pre-trained image classification model on your data. Good performance even with relatively small image dataset. I think we can add this. Okay, now let's see what happens. And then we will add another block and see neural network. We will have transfer learning images, fine tune a pre-trained image classification both in data, good performance, relatively small image. Okay, neural network Keras. We are using the Keras framework, the deep learning framework here. Learns patterns from data and can apply new categorizing movement or recognizing audio, which is not required. Regression, learn the patterns from data. Great for predicting the numeric continuous value. I don't think this will be required, but let's give a try. Now what happens? Now what we need to do? Output feature, two joystick and joystick. Okay, there are two features being extracted. So let's say save impulse. I think this is wrong guys. The output feature ideally should be two different features, but anyways, I'm just giving a try. Save impulse. Okay, fail to store impulse, duplicate name, transfer learning, all names should be unique. Okay, got it. So How do we change that? Okay, there are two here, right? One, two. Transfer learning. So let me just delete one of them and let me try to save impulse. Okay, successfully stored impulse. Configure the signal processing and learning blocks in the navigation bar. Add a processing block, add a learning block. Okay, now we got to add this. Add a processing block, we will add the image and then add the learning block. Learn your pre-trained and learning patterns. Alright, we will add this. Now again it's showing two joystick. We'll delete one. Now let me save the impulse. Fail to store impulse, duplicate name, image. All names should be unique. Why is that? Okay, image. Say my pick. No, my remote. I will name it as my remote. And let's try to save. Successfully stored the impulse, configure the signal processing and learning box. That's fine, we have already done. So here you can see on the left hand side you got both image and my remote. So these two are populated here, right? Now what we need to do, let's look at the transfer learning. One of the DSP blocks has not had its features generated. Okay, let's look at it. Let's look at my remote. Now my remote has picked up one of the images of the remote which has got a raw feature of this segment RGB. Save the parameters. On device performance, processing time 4 milliseconds, peak RAM 4 KB. Okay, and these are all the images which we uploaded already. Now let's go to image, save parameter, error sample is missing, access audio. Alright, looks like they are asking us to add the audio as well, but I'm not sure. Maybe I think what we might want to do, guys, we have to capture the audio as well. Looks like we need to combine the audio and the image, but I'm not sure. We just got to try it out. Let's see, model testing, visioning, deployment. Alright, I think we are stuck in this place. We are still stuck in the create impulse. Input access, I'll remove this audio. Okay, and then we will see what happens. Save impulse, successfully saved. Now let's go to transfer learning on the left hand side. It's still showing the same error. I removed the audio aspect, but why is it showing the error? We need to figure it out. Image, my remote, add a learning. Let's add a learning block here. Let's say a neural net. We have image, and then we will remove the image here and let me make it as my remote in the classifier. Alright, let me save the impulse. It's saved. Now we can see my remote, transfer learning and neural network classifier. Alright, let me go to NN classifier. Almost there. Error, one of the DSP blocks had its features generated. What is happening? Let's go to transfer learning. Is the same error. My remote. Okay, my remote has captured perfectly. Let's save this parameter and then generate the features. Features are being generated. Can you see it here? Joystick 18. Okay, schedule the job cluster. Okay, Let it run, let it run. I think it's getting, I think all the image features are being extracted, and it's sending into the training model. Job complete, processing time 4 milliseconds. Okay, guys, we got the model ready here. That's good, fantastic. Okay, so this is our model with 18 samples. That's it, which is actually not accurate though. If you look at the model here, can you see it, guys, on the right hand side? If you see the graph here, the visualization layer 2 and the visualization layer 1, and there's a layer 3. Okay, so I think we might want to collect more data. It's very important. I think this is not sufficient, this is not accurate. But the good part is we are able to learn how to navigate through this and capture the data, collect the data, and classify the data, and put that into, divide that into training set and the test set, right? So at least till there we know what to do. Now from here we need to pick it up, we need to understand how to make this accuracy level increase. Even if we get about 70 to 80%, accuracy level, it's perfect. We should be fine with that. All right, guys, I'll do some R&D on this. I'm going to do some research, and what we will do is, until then, I suggest you guys go ahead and play around with the system. And if you guys find out some solution how to go ahead with the next step, do message me. We will learn together. In the meantime, I'm going to do some more research on using Jetson Nano, and also I'm going to try out in Arduino 33 BLE Sense using Edge Impulse platform, and try to gather some data, train, play around. And in the meanwhile, I'll try to create some videos for you guys. All right, see you then. Goodbye.